Have you noticed how one comment can completely take over the political controversy in America? That's exactly what happened again. Now pay attention to this. Donald Trump is once again facing criticisms. About this time wasn't just about tariffs, Iran, or the economy. It was about because what he said about the rapper Nicki Minaj during the White House event. So according to the reports, Donald Trump publicly praised Nicki Minaj, calling her so hot, so great, and a fantastic person.
We also have a woman that is so respected and so hot and so great and such a great friend of.
Now, those words immediately spread across the social media. So within hours, people were arguing over whether this was simply a compliment or whether it was completely inappropriate coming from the President of the United States during an official White House event. So the backlash escalated very quickly within minutes. Many critics described Trump's comments are gross and argued that they were inappropriate for the president speaking at the White House event. As the debate intensified, some people on the social media even branded Donald Trump as a pig because of the language he used at the event. Others strongly disagreed with that reaction completely. They argued that Donald Trump was simply complimenting Nicki Minaj and the people were deliberately turning a harmless remark into a political controversy totally. And that disagreement is exactly what turned into a very national story. So according to the reports, Nicki Minaj attended a White House Rose Garden luncheon on Monday, July 6, where she was received a special recognition from the President Donald Trump. Now, during that event, Donald Trump praised her in front of every attending people, saying that she was so hot and great and a fantastic person. For some people, those words were completely normal. For others, a lot of people, they crossed a red line. Now, critics argue that the White House is not a place you described a guest as hot. No, they said a president of the United States should focus on a person's achievement rather than their physical appearance. Supporters responded by saying Donald Trump has always spoken in a very casual and direct way. And they argued that he wasn't insulting anyone and was simply expressing admiration to her. Now, this debate quickly became much bigger than Nicki Minaj herself. Pay attention to this. Instead, it became another discussion about Donald Trump's communication style at these kind of events. So this isn't the first time people have debated the way Donald Trump speaks. For years and years, supporters have praised him for saying exactly what's in his mind. So critics, on the other hand, have argued that the same style repeatedly creates unnecessary controversies like this time again happened. So this latest incident simply added another chapter into ongoing debate. One criticism that appeared repeatedly online was the perception that Donald Trump sometimes seems especially enthusiastic when speaking about women he finds attractive. Now, some critics argue that in their view, whoever Donald Trump considers beautiful or attractive suddenly becomes a great or a fantastic in his eyes. Supporters rejected that interpretation, saying Trump complimenting many people that it is unfair to assume his praise is based only on the appearance. Ultimately, that is a matter of opinion rather than an established fact. Now, this entire controversy also raises another question on the other side. Should a president of the United States comment on someone's appearance during an official government event? Now, you tell me, let me know in the comments below. For some Americans, the answer is simple. Yes, they see it as a harmless praise that has been blown out of proportion. For others, the answer was absolutely no, clear red line. They believe public officials should avoid remark about physical appearance altogether while representing the entire country. Now, that difference in opinion is exactly why this story spread so quickly on social media. It also shows how powerful social media has become in 2026. A comment lasting only few seconds can dominate headlines for days, probably even for years. Now, within minutes, thousands of people were posting their opinions on social media instantly. Some defended Donald Trump, but a lot criticized Donald Trump. Some mocked Donald Trump, but others, they argued that the media was focusing on the wrong issues entirely. But at the same time, many Americans are asking whether stories like this should receive so much attention on social media when the country is also dealing with such kind of issue like inflation, cost of living, immigration, healthcare, and national security. Should political debate revolve around viral moments involving celebrities? So these are the questions they're asking. Or something, should the focus stay on the major policies issue or probably affect everyday American lives. Now, that question continues to divide the country entirely. Whether this controversy changes anyone's opinions about Donald Trump is so difficult to say. Now, his supporters who support him are unlikely to see these comments as a serious issue. Of course, they'll support him. Now, his critics view them as another example of behavior that they have criticized for years. So, for most people, this incident is probably reinforces opinions they already had rather than changing them. Now, one thing is very certain to keep this in mind. A few words spoken during an official White House event were enough to dominate headlines across the United States of America. And Donald Trump once again found himself at the center of a political controversy again. Now, some people defended him totally, but others called these remarks inappropriate. Some critics even branded him as a pig over the language he used on the event. Now, once again, America found itself divided over the same event. Now, the question is very simple. Were Donald Trump's comments nothing more than a harmless compliment, or were they inappropriate for a president of the United States speaking at an official White House event? So let me know in the comments, what do you think? And I want to know your opinion, and don't forget to subscribe and stay up to date for some important updates, what's really happening around the world. Thank you, and see you in the next video.